were a little younger, there was a girl, about 10, and her brother. They were always into something.
Scout, you come here. Scout, you hear me?
I'm watching for Atticus.
Atticus is her father. Back then, he seemed ancient, even feeble, at least to Scout and her brother Jim. Atticus was a lawyer and nearly 50. They thought that reflected on his manliness. He was much older than the other parents. They were frustrated that there was nothing they could say about him.
Because he doesn't do anything. He doesn't drive a dump truck for the county, he isn't the sheriff, he doesn't work in a garage or do anything worth mentioning. Other fathers go hunting, play poker, fish. Atticus works in an office, and he reads.
With those attributes, however, Atticus did not remain as inconspicuous as they would have wished. No, he did not.
Hey, Scout, how come your daddy been niggas? Scout, daddy been niggas. You gonna take that back, boy? Maybe. My mom said your dad's disgrace, and then he got hanged for water tank. You take that back! Make me! Try and make me!
Scout, I have told you to come in.
I'm not ready. I have to talk to Atticus.
It was Macomb, Alabama, back in 1935, when things were a little bit different. Back when ugly words were first shouted at the Finch family. That was the beginning of an experience that brought a man to his death, an attack, an arm broken, and another man killed. But that's not the real story. That's not why any of us are back here.
I heard what your father said to you this morning about the mockingbird. He's right, you know. Mockingbirds just make music. They don't eat people's gardens, don't nest in crow cribs. They don't do nothing but sing their hearts out. That's why it's a sin to kill a mockingbird.
Miss Monty, this is an old neighborhood, ain't it?
Been here longer than this town.
No, I mean, all the folks on our street are old. Jim and me's the only children. Mrs. DeVos is close to 100. Miss Crawford's old, and so are you and Atticus.
Not being wheeled around yet. Neither is your father. You and Jim are lucky. You have a advantage of your father's age. If your father was 30, you'd see life quite differently.
I sure would. Atticus can't do anything.
You'd be surprised.
What can he do?
Quite a lot. Seems to me you'd be proud of him.
Why? The way some people are starting to go on about. It's like he's running a still. I have to speak.
They lived here. Atticus, Scout, Jim, and the maid who helped raise them. Calpurnia. Calpurnia was all angles and bones.
You come ready to get washed before your father gets home.
I said I wasn't ready. I have to talk to Atticus.
Your brother's already washed. How come you can't behave as well as Jim?
Because he's older than me and you know it.
Get in there. Calpurnia was firm as a rock. Their mother had died when Scout was 2 and Jim was 6, so her absence was mostly felt by Jim, but Calpurnia's tyrannical presence was felt by both.
Water's too hot.
Keep scrubbing! Even in 1935, Macomb, Alabama was already a tired old town.
In rainy weather, the streets turned into red sod. Grass grew on the sidewalks, the courthouse sat in the square. That's how Tate the sheriff and Judge Taylor.
Atticus, you home? Not yet, Judge Taylor. Afternoon, Judge Taylor, not yet.
Kyle, just let him know we're passing by.
You want him to call?
No, it's okay. We'll be seeing him later.
People moved slower then, and somehow it was hotter. A day was 24 hours long, but seemed longer. There was no hurry, but there was nowhere to go, nothing to buy, and no money to buy it with.
Lack of money is no excuse to let a place go like that. At least they can cut the Johnson grass and rabbit tobacco. But of course, they're badness.
Miss Stephanie Crawford, a neighborhood scold. According to her, everyone in Macomb had a streak. A gambling streak, a drinking streak, a mean streak, a funny streak.
No Atkinson minds his own business. Everything Merrill is morbid. The truth is not in the Delafields. All the Bufords walk like that. If Miss Gray sips gin from Lydia E. Pinkin bottles, it's nothing unusual.
Her mother didn't say.
She was also your principal source of information about Lou Bradley.
When that boy was in his teens, he took up with some bad ones from old Sarah. They were arrested on charges of disorderly conduct, disturbing the peace, assault and battery, and using abusive and profane language in the presence and hearing of a female. Boo was released to his father, who shut him up in that house, and he wasn't seen again for 15 years.
I have to ask, as she intended. Miss Stephanie, what happened 15 years ago?
Boo was sitting in the living room, cutting some items from the Macon Tribune to paste in his scrapbook. When his father passed by, he drove the scissors into his parents' leg, pulled them out, wiped them off on his pants, and resumed his activities. Boo was then 33, and Mr. Radley said no Radley was going to any insane asylum, so he kept him home, where he is to this day.
How do you know? How can you be sure he's still in there?
Because I haven't seen him carried out yet.
No one else had ever seen him. But that time is coming, and it will be Jim and Scout whose lives would hang in the balance. People said that Lou Bradley came out when the moon was down. When azaleas froze in a cold snap, it was because he breathed on them. That tall, Bradley pecan tree shook their fruit into the adjoining schoolyard in the back, but the nuts would lay untouched. Bradley pecans would kill you. A baseball hit into the Bradley yard was a lost ball, and no questions.
There's Jim before the attack when his arm was broken. Alabama must have been playing in the Rose Bowl with Jim scoring the winning touchdown.
Saturday, Mrs. DeBose.
I wonder if your father knows where you are.
Of course he does.
Monty Atkinson told me you broke down her stubborn dog arbor this morning. She's gonna tell your father that you'll wish you'd never seen the light of day.
I haven't been near her Scuppernong Harbor, Mrs. DeBose.
Don't you contradict me, Jeremy Finch. You're not sent to the reform school before next week. My name's not DeBose.
Miss Henrietta Lafayette DeBose. If she was sitting on the porch while children walked by, especially Scout and Jim, they could be expected to be reacted with her rapid gait, subjected to ruthless interrogations regarding their behavior, and given a melancholy prediction of what they would amount to when they grew up, which was always nothing. Mostly everyone avoided her and children hated her, especially Scout and Jim. None of us had any idea that she was fighting a hard battle. Miss Cal.
Reverend Sykes of the First Purchase Church called the First Purchase because it was paid for from the first earnings of the freed slaves.
Afternoon, Reverend. It's about those time struggle. We have to do more for this family. Yes. The next 3 Sundays, we will go to heaven and today. Please encourage the street. Please encourage the people.
Why are y'all taking up a collection for Tom Robinson's wife?
To tell you the truth, Miss Jean, it has been hard for Miss Jean for Miss. It has been hard for Helen to find work these days.
I know Tom Robinson's done something awful, but why won't folks hire Helen?
You're not anxious to.
Yes, Pa?
I told you to stay out of town right now, you hear?
I hear. Bob Ewell, his daughter Mayella. No truant officer could keep any of the Ewells in school. No public health officer could free them from filth and disease. Good times and bad, they lived off the land. In a cabin by the garbage dump near a small Negro settlement. And the only thing that Bob Ewell could hold on to that made him feel better than his nearest neighbors was that if you scrubbed with lye soap and very hot water, his skin was white. Why y'all stop talking? Those are just the Ewells. Looking back now, I'm not surprised they stopped talking.
Well, I have a lot of calls to make. Bye, Miss Jean Louise. See you Sunday, Miss Cal.
Reverend.
jail.
But everybody in Macomb knows the rules. You think folks would be glad to hire him?
That's what he would think.
What does it mean he attacked her?
You're gonna have to ask Miss Fitch about that. You hungry?
I have to talk to Adams.
Okay.
Hey, how was this something Dill came to us? Dill, who's to give Scout the idea of making Boo Radley come out. His proper name was Charles Harris Baker, and he'd been sent here to spend the summer with an aunt. We don't come to know Dill as a pocket merlin of sorts, whose head teemed with eccentric plans, strange longings, and coy fantasies. He was to be Scout's childhood fiancé, which was nice for a girl, even if he wasn't very big. I'm little, he said, but I'm old.
Watching for your father? That's right. What about your dad?
What do you mean?
You never say anything about it.
Well, because I haven't got one.
Is he dead?
No.
Then if he isn't dead, you've got one, don't you?
Never mind her, Bill.
How can he say he hasn't got a father?
Scout! Oh, it's just old Nathan Red.
When old Mr. Radley died, some folks thought Boo might come out, but they had another thing coming. Boo's older brother Nathan, that's him, moved in and took his father's place. At least Nathan would talk to us.
How do you do, Mr. Nathan?
Looking for a place to begin. I suppose it might be now.
Happy Radley's in there all by himself.
Wonder what it does. Looks like he can stick his head out sometimes.
Well, he comes out when it's pitch dark. I've seen his tracks in our backyard many a morning. And one night, I even heard him scratching on that screen.
Wonder what he looks like.
Well, judging from his tracks, he's about 6.5 feet tall. He eats raw squirrels and whatever cats he can catch. His teeth are yellow and rotten. His eyes pop, and most of the time he drools.
Let's make him come out.
Make Boo Radley come out?
If you want to go ahead and get yourself killed, you just have to knock.
You're scared. You're scared to put your big toe on the front porch.
I ain't scared, I'm just respecting.
I dare you.
You dare me.
Don't go near it, Jim.
You gonna run out on a dare?
Let me think a minute.
All you have to do is touch the house.
Touch the house, that's all.
He'll probably come out after. Then me and Scout will jump on him. Hold him down so we can say we just want to look at him. Well,
Don't rush me.
me and Scout's right behind you. Never seen such ghosts as scary as here. Look, the curtains.
He was watching, he saw me?
Don't ever do that again. If you get killed, what would Atticus already told? What would become of me?
Where'd you get that chewing gum?
In the novel.
That tree? Well, spit it out right now.
I was just getting the flavor.
Well, suppose Boo Radley put it there. Suppose it's poison. Go gargle.
It took the taste out of my mouth.
Let's throw a pebble at the door. And when he sticks his head out, we'll say we just want to buy him ice cream. That'll seem friendly enough. And maybe if he's out with us for a spell, he might feel better.
How do you know you don't feel good now?
How would you feel if you were locked up for 100 years with nothing but cats to eat? But then again, if you rather, I'll
Better
throw a
leave
pebble.
that to me, Dill.
You're not going to throw a pebble at the Radley house.
I guess I just have to keep on showing.
Jim!
Your father!
Atticus.
What are you about to do, Jim?
Nothing.
I don't want any of that. Tell me.
We were, not them, I was gonna throw a pebble at the house to make Boo Radley come out.
Why?
Because if I be out with us, he might make him feel better.
I see. Son, I'm going to tell you this in one time only. Don't bother that man.
Why doesn't he ever come out?
Mr. Radley does this his own business. He has the right to stay in his house. How would you like it if I came into your doors at night without knocking?
Well, that's different. We're not crazy.
Mr. Radley does may seem peculiar to us. It does not seem peculiar to
Anybody
him.
who stays inside all the time and never even thinks to come
Well,
out.
Mr. Radley does. But that's his decision. There's something I like you to do. If you do it, you get along better with all kinds. You see, you never really understand a person until you see things from his point of view.
Sir,
Until you crawl into his skin and walk around him.
you want us to see things from Boo Radley's point of view.
He means everyone.
Oh, you stay out of this.
Dale's right. believe I'm asking too much. There's Walter Cunningham.
Well, I come up with a much better plan. See ya!
Finch, turnip greens.
Regardless of any plans, stay away from the house unless invited. Thank you very much.
Wish I could have paid for any money, but between the mortgage, the
This is
family.
just fine. Jim, please take this sack to Cal. More than me, Walter.
There's an awful lot of time.
Well, let's see. You left a little stove lit in the backyard, then there's a sack of hickory nuts. At Christmas time, there was a small crate of smalls and all. Now turnip greens. No more than me.
You say so.
I'm in your boy's class at school, Mr. Cunningham. We got in a disagreement the other day.
I have a few with that for myself, little lady.
I didn't actually beat him up bad.
Well, if he can't defend himself from a girl, then he's gonna have to learn to take it. Much obliged, Mr. Finch.
Anytime I can be of help.
Why does Mr. Cunningham pay turnip greens and stove wood?
That's the only way you can. What was your trouble with my client's boy?
He said some things I didn't like. Are we poor, Atticus?
Yes.
As poor as the Cunninghams?
Not exactly. The Cunninghams are country folk. The depression hit them the hardest.
Well, I've been waiting for you to get home because I was thinking,
Hey, Atticus.
Yes! Oh, hang on to it, son. Not today.
But, sir, will you be going out for the football game? You know, the big football game?
What game?
Well, all for fundraising, but you know, the Methodist challenged the Baptist to a game of touch football.
I'm afraid I won't be much of help.
But, sir, every father in town is playing.
Except yours.
Well, every other father.
I'd break my neck.
It's touch. Well, sir, can you at least show us how to shoot our air rifles?
You'll have to wait for your Uncle Jack. We'll really show you something.
Couldn't you show us?
I'm not interested in guns.
It's not interested in anything.
then you'll have to chase after it. Jim, why do folks slow down as they go past?
What folks?
Yonder, Finch.
Damn him, Jim.
All he cares is blacks run loose and rip up the countryside.
Jim, why does everybody...
That's the way they are, Scout.
But why?
I have to get my football.
Someone call?
Atticus, I've been waiting for you to get home because I've been meaning to ask. Do you law for niggers?
Don't say nigger, Scout. That's common.
That's what everybody at school says.
Be everybody last one.
Do all lawyers defend Negroes?
They do.
Then why do all the kids at school make it sound like you're doing something awful?
You're not old enough to understand yet. But there's been a lot of high talk around town that I should be defending Tom Robinson. I'm willing to defend that man.
If people say you should, why are you doing it?
Because before I live with other folks, I gotta be able to live with myself.
What does that mean?
Well, it means I had to be comfortable in my own skin.
Are we gonna win it? Then what?
Simply because we were licked 100 years before we began, there's no reason for us not to try.
You sound like some old Confederate veteran.
Only we won't be fighting Yankees. We'll be fighting our friends. But remember, no matter how bitter things get, they are still our friends. It's still on.
Is there something you want me to do, Atticus?
Keep your head up, even if things turn up. And I hope you can go through without catching Lincoln's unusual disease. Why people will snark, raving mad when anything Negro comes up. It's something I don't pretend to understand.
Tom Robinson case must be pretty important.
It goes to the essence of man's conscience.
Suppose you're wrong about it.
How's that?
Most people think they're right and you're wrong.
They're entitled to think that. They're entitled to full respect to their opinion. But before I live with other folks, you gotta be able to live for themselves.
What does that mean?
One thing doesn't abide by majority rule, man's conscience.
Jim, hey! Scout thought she had interesting information to pass along to Jim. Apparently their father was more complex than they had realized. Certainly this new aspect of his legal practice was more promising than doing papers in an office. course, Jim remained unresponsive. Probably the Tom Robinson case wasn't as new to him as it was to Scout. Looking back now, probably it was the abuse from older boys that made Scout so eager to involve his father in sensible community activities, like a game of touch football. All such activities were politely declined. But then one day something happened. Something that made Atticus Finch even more of a puzzle to his children. The tension in the town about the approaching trial was getting drug tight. But what happened had nothing to do with that. It had to do with a liver-colored bird dog named Tim. Why do I have to come home?
Because I tell you, there's something wrong with that dog down yonder. Cal! Cal! You come out here a minute?
It's only Tim, and he's gone lopsided, that's all.
What is it, Jim? I can't come out every time you want me.
There's something wrong with that dog down yonder.
I don't have time to reckon for dog's foot right now.
No, Cal, he's real sick. There's something wrong with him.
To try and catch a tail?
No, he's doing like this.
Are you telling me a story, Jim Finch?
No, Cal, he's coming this way.
Is it running?
No, just moseying, but walking, honey.
You two get in off the streets. I'll call for help.
He ain't even inside.
Hello, operator? Miss Eula May? This is Kay. I need you to get me Mr. Finch's office right away.
You started something.
Hello, Mr. Finch? This is Kay. There's a mad dog down the street a piece, and Jim says it's coming this way. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes.
What Atticus say?
In a minute! Hello, Miss Eula May? I'm through talking to Mr. Finch. Now listen. Can you call Miss Crawford, Miss Atkinson, and whoever's got a phone on the street and tell a mad dog's coming? Yes, ma'am. Please hurry.
What about the Radleys? They got a phone?
They wouldn't come out at him.
Maybe Nathan. I better call
Snap!
Nathan. I just want to shout to the Radleys.
You go back and you stay.
She's not scared one bit.
I don't see Tim.
Maybe he turned off.
Maybe.
Mr. Nathan! Mr. Boo! Mad dog's coming! Mad dog's coming! You hear me? Don't come outside! Mad dog!
I see him. There he is. Cal. Hey.
You go back!
He's coming down, Mr. Radley.
Go back!
You always pick on me.
What's that?
Finders keepers.
Where'd you find it?
Where I found the chewing gum, that old knuckle.
The rabbit tree?
Oh, please come soon, Mr. Finch.
2 pennies, all slicked up.
Indian heads. They're real valuable. They makes you have good luck. Why would anybody move around two Indian
They're
heads?
mine. I risked my life out there.
Tim's walking like his right legs are shorter than his left leg.
They assumed that Atticus returned to competent authority to handle this dangerous situation, and their assumption was to prove correct. When their father arrived, he was accompanied by the sheriff.
Atticus, she's
Stay
right
on the porch, son.
He's behind the radishes pecan trees.
You can walk in a straight line, isn't it, Cal?
No, he's in the trenches stage, Mr. Harris.
Some will probably bring it up to me.
You can go in a straight line. Never really tell.
I thought Mad Dog told at the mouth and jumped on the front.
Hush!
He just looks sick.
Yep, he's got it right, Mr. Finch.
Is he looking for a place to die, Mr. Heck?
Far from dead, Jim. He ain't not dead yet.
It was right there, the most astonishing thing happened. Jim and Scout almost fainted.
You take him, Mr. Finch.
Don't just stand there, Hank.
Mr. Finch, this is a one-shot job.
I haven't shot a gun in 30 years.
I feel mighty comfortable if you did now.
Jim and Scout were in a box, watching their father standing there in the street with a rifle. Others were watching too, but they didn't know it then. It didn't make any sense at all. It was utterly beyond belief.
Oh, sweet Jesus, help me.
You got him! You got him! Yes, but I was a little to the right.
Dead in the door now. A little to the right.
Always was.
I had somebody come down with a pickup and take them away.
Yes.
Stay on the porch.
I didn't know.
What, son?
I saw that one shot, Finch.
Jim, you and your sister stay away from that dog. He's just as dangerous dead as alive.
Yes, sir, but Atticus, how?
What's the matter, boy? You can't talk? Didn't you know that your daddy's a...
Hush, Heck. Let's go back to town.
What's the hurry? Have to get back and working on your speeches for the trial?
Don't remind me.
Maybe Tim wasn't really mad. Maybe he was just full of fleas. But Atticus Finch shot him dead.
If that Tim was still coming off the street, you'd be singing a different tune.
Maybe I would. I'll admit I felt safer when I saw Atticus take the rifle.
You see him, Scout? All of a sudden, it looked like the rifle was a part of him. I have to aim for 10 minutes before I can hit something.
Now, Miss Jean Louise Finch. Still think your father can't do anything? Still ashamed of him?
No, ma'am.
I forgot to mention, the other day, he was the deadest shot in Macomb County.
Yeah, shot.
Something for you to think about, Jim Finch. Well, when your daddy was just a little boy, his nickname was Old One Shot. Why, if he shot 15 times and hit 14 times, he'd be complaining about wasted ammunition.
Never said anything about it to us.
I wonder why he doesn't go hunting now.
If your father's anything, he's civilized. Marksmanship, like that's a gift of God. I believe he put his gun down like, okay, well, God gave me unfair advantage.
Think he'd be proud of it.
People like your father never about finding their gifts.
This bewildering event unsettled their established view of Atticus. It was something to talk over. No, celebrate. But they didn't get that far.
Well, I have something to tell all the kids at school on Monday.
I don't know if we should say anything about it, Scout.
I'd like to see that Cunningham boy right now. Not everybody's daddy, the deadest shot in Macomb County.
I reckon if Atticus wanted us to know, he'd have told us.
Maybe it just slipped his mind.
That's something you wouldn't understand. We don't have to talk about it any more than he does. The fact is, we know. And I don't care if he's 100 years old.
Hey, Mrs. DuBose, did you see my father?
Don't you say hey to me, you ugly girl! You say good afternoon, Miss Jubal!
In point of fact, Jim and Scout didn't get halfway down the street until they got slapped down by their father again.
You should be in a dress and camisole, young lady. If somebody doesn't change your ways, you'll grow up waiting tables. On bench, waiting tables in the OK Cafe. Ha!
Scout was terrified. The OK Cafe was a dim organization etching at each town. The children didn't still know what the matter was with Mrs. DuBose, but that's what Atticus wanted Scout to find out.
Don't pay her any attention. Just hold your head high and be a gentleman.
A lovelier lady than your mother never lived. It's shocking the way Atticus Finch lets her children run wild.
I'm with you.
Keep walking.
Not only a Finch waiting tables, but one in the courtroom line for niggers.
Jim, let's keep going.
What's this world come to with Finches going against their praises? Your father's no better than the trash he works for.
Jim, hold your head high.
I'll fix her.
Jim!
She has no right.
Jim, come
Just
back.
because Atticus, everybody, I'm so sick and tired.
Jim!
Go home, stay out of this.
Jim!
Thanks, Scout.
Jim's gone crazy. He's knocking the top off every camellia that old witch owns.
I thought Jim had slow.
Not anymore. He's gone crazy.
People saying stuff about your father?
That's right. Mrs. DuBose. How did you know that? We found out something about Atticus today. Something special.
About time.
He's the deadest shot in Macomb County.
That's what you found out?
And it's true, too. so it doesn't matter what anybody says. What are you doing here? I thought your folks took you back to Meridian.
They did.
Then how in the Sam Hill?
It's
You're all must, dust.
of course I am. That happened to your father. And he doesn't like me, so bound me to chains and left me to die in the basement. But I was secretly kept alive on raw beans by a past farmer who heard cries for help.
If you were chained in the basement,
The good man poked a bushel of beans to me, pod by pod, through the ventilator.
good thing that good man was passive.
I pulled the chains from the walls, still in wrist and irons. I traveled out of Meridian, where I found a small animal shop, and they hired me to wash camels.
How do you go about washing?
I traveled all over with that shop, everywhere. Till my sense of direction told me I was right across the river from Macon, and what I did then.
How'd you get here, Dill?
Hey, Jim.
I was talking to Dill.
I took $13 out of my mother's purse, caught the 9 o'clock train, got to Meridian, got off at the junction, and walked the rest of the way here.
And why'd you run off?
I didn't run off, just decided to come back here, that's all.
You want to stay with your Aunt Rachel?
No, I want to stay here.
With us?
It looks like we're gonna have a hot summer.
I don't care.
Jim?
You know, maybe you better come back later.
I'm not going.
Atticus! This is Dill. Come back from Meridian. He knows how to wash a camel.
Sir?
Dill? Jim, I received a phone call a few minutes ago. Are you responsible for the damage to those flowers?
Yes, sir.
Why did you do it?
She said you logged for niggers.
Son, I have no doubt you've been annoyed by your contemporaries for me. Lying for niggers, as you say, but doing that to a single woman is inexcusable. I strongly advise for you to go over and talk to her.
Talk to her.
Go on, Jim.
But,
Go.
all right. Fine. I'll go.
Come straight home after.
All he was doing was standing up for you.
Your Aunt Rachel didn't see her coming back.
She doesn't know.
Please don't tell her I'm here, Mr. Finch.
She doesn't.
Well, he's run away.
Don't make me go back, sir.
Let me get this straight.
If you make me go back, I'll run away again.
Whoa, son.
He's been kept alive on raw beans.
Scout!
Let me do a little telephone. Maybe you can stay a few days.
I think you'd be starving.
Well, I'm not hungry at all.
Was your father really hateful, like you said?
No, they just wasn't interested in me.
You're not telling me, right? Your folks couldn't do without you.
Yes, they can. They get on a lot better without me. They're not home. And when they are home, they stay about to themselves. They're not mean. They give me everything I want, it's just, I ain't gotta go play with it.
They must need you. Why, Atticus couldn't get along a day without my help and advice.
The special thing about your father, it is that he's a dead
Shot
shot.
a Jim go over to Mrs.
And don't you see why he did that?
Because it's his way.
And Jim will be alright. Look, if I get to stay, I'll come up with a new plan for bringing out Boo Radley.
Why do you reckon Boo Radley's never run off?
Maybe he's got nowhere to run off to. For my plan, we'll need a box of lemon drops. And we'll put one out right there at the door. And I'll roll them down the porch. And then, when he'll come out, he thinks it's safe, pick up the lemon drop. And they'll notice the next one. The next one, they'll start following like an ant. And then the next one, on to the next one. And then all the way.
That's a lot of lemon drops.
We were just fooling, sir.
You've been the topic of considerable conversation.
What did Aunt Rachel say?
First it came under, our folks must be out of their mind worrying. Then it was, that's all the hair is coming out. Then it was, reckon you can stay for a day or two.
Hey, hear that?
But I called your parents also.
And what'd they say?
Couldn't be more agreeable.
I see.
But great, isn't that great?
Sure is. Guess they were looking all over Meridian for me.
No, they thought you were at some picture show.
Generally, they'd be right, too.
We'll be going through a difficult time, Bill. It'll be a pleasure having you with us. cot in Jim's room.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Mr. Finch,
What is it, Hector? Come on, call him up.
Brad speaks down here.
Oh?
What is it?
Two reasons why men talk in the front yard. Death and politics. Which is it, Hector?
It'll be a little bit of both.
We better talk. Scout, why didn't you and Dill go help Calpurnia?
I want to know what's happening.
You'll stay there. Dill?
I don't think you can boss me too.
They have business.
They moved Tom Robinson down to the county jail. Now, I don't look for trouble, but I can't guarantee they won't be here.
Oh, don't be foolish. This isn't me.
I'm just uneasy, that's all.
Trial will be the day after tomorrow.
It's just that old serum bunch. You know how they can get when they get all shitty up.
Are they drinking?
Could be. I don't see why you touch this case, Atticus. You got everything to lose.
You really think so?
Yes, and I mean everything.
Well, trial will be the day after tomorrow and everything will be just fine. I appreciate it.
Just thought I should keep you informed.
Thank you.
You take care of yourself, Atticus.
I will. Well, son?
I told her that I'd do what I could, fix up her flowers. I said I was sorry, but I'm not.
No point in saying you're sorry if you aren't.
So how about what she said?
She's old and she's ill. I have work.
She wants me to read to her. She wants me to come over every afternoon after school and read to her for 2 hours. Agnes, do I have to?
You do.
The house is so creepy and dark, and there's shadows on the ceiling.
Well, that should appeal to your imagination. Just think it's the Bradley house.
It's such a peculiar mood these days. What the heck, watch?
Different politics. Don't be silly. Just they moved Tom Robinson to the Macon jail. What are you gonna read, Mrs. Dubose?
Ivanhoe. Why would she want me to read aloud?
Tonight your father wasn't surprised. Oh, and you said I could have a cot in your room.
Why wouldn't you be surprised?
Please, ask him.
Ask me what?
Nothing.
Folks will be in bed when I come back, so I'll say goodnight now.
Where are you going?
Al, you mind Cal?
Well, what are you doing with the chair in the lab?
I need use one. You mind Cal for here?
Best, Mr. Finch.
Where's he going?
I could guess. Dinner's almost ready. You get washed. Oh.
I really don't know. That's the main thing Cal thinks about. Why wouldn't she make you guess?
What's Atticus doing with the chair in the lab?
Dill and Scout recounted all they'd heard of the conversation in the yard, and Jem thought about it. He hardly said a word through dinner. Then later, instead of going to bed, he said he thought he'd go downtown for a while. Scout decided she was coming too, and there was no stopping Dill. They crept past Mr. Bose's house, the Radley place, and onto the town square. It was deserted. They thought Atticus was probably in his office, and they went by, but it wasn't. They were getting uneasy. They came around by the jailhouse, and when they did, they noticed something peculiar. There was a light over the jailhouse.
There he is.
Well,
Scout.
I just want to ask why he's sitting in front of the jailhouse.
You know where he is. It's all right. Now we can go home.
But
Maybe we shouldn't run up right now.
It's fine. Let's just go.
all this running around town, we might at least.
No.
It's late. Just
Wait.
Cars. A lot of cars coming.
Get down. Get down and watch.
what's happening?
To them, Atticus looked perfectly calm. He seemed to expect exactly what was coming.
Hear that, Mr. Finch?
He is, if he's asleep, don't wake him up.
Oh, come on, Mr. Finch. Better get out of the way.
You can turn around and go home, Walter.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Get out of the way. You better
You stop that.
Head takes bunch so deep in the woods they won't get out till morning.
Indeed, why so?
Caught him off by mistakes. Snipe hunt. Didn't think of that, Mr. Finch.
No, I didn't believe it, but I thought it.
Well, guess that changed things.
It sure did.
Do you really think so? Was a dangerous question coming from Atticus. Scout decided he was about to deal with somebody. This was too good to miss.
I'm gonna go see.
I couldn't hold on to her, I'm sorry.
Jim, take them home.
Will you be joining us, sir?
Get these kids
Jim,
out
I
here.
said take them home. I'll send them home.
Don't you touch him.
Yeah.
Nobody gonna do Jim that way.
Get these kids out of here. We can't wait around all night.
Jim,
Give you
please.
15
I ain't going.
Give you 15 seconds. Get them out of here. Get them out of here.
I don't.
Mr. Cunningham? Mr. Cunningham, that you? Do you remember me? I'm Jean Louise Finch. You brought us a big bag of turnip greens, remember? I go to school with your boy Walter. He's your boy, ain't he? Ain't he, sir? Knew he was your boy. Tell him hey for me, won't ya? Atticus was telling me about your entailment. Said they're bad. Atticus, I was just telling Mr. Cunningham that entailments are bad, but I remember you said not to worry. It takes long sometimes, but you'd all write it out together. What is it? Can anybody tell me? Mr. Cunningham, what's the matter?
Walter. Walter. Baby. Now tell my boy you said hey. Come on now. Let's get out of here.
Ass.
I didn't guess I could enough.
They're going.
Looks like it.
I want to go home. Can I go home now?
Yes. Looks like we can go home.
I thought Walter Cunningham was a friend.
He still is. He just has his blind spots like the rest of us.
He was ready to hurt you.
Mr. Cunningham are a mob. Mobs are made up of people. Mr. Cunningham's just a man. But you children, you made him remember that.
No.
No. Tom, are you awake?
Are they gone, Mr. Finch?
They're gone. You better get some sleep. We're gonna have a big day tomorrow.
Did you get your sleep too, Mr. Finch?
That's my intention, Heck. Tom, good night.
Can I carry your chair, Mr. Finch?
Why, of course, son. Thank you.
I want to go home.
Yes, we can go home.
What was it you said we did to Mr. Cunningham?
You made him stand in my shoes, Frank.
I remember the last election, Jim Jones got an action. Let his vote for the man and paid the biggest price. Next day after poll, he voted with heart and soul, but instead of voting once, he voted twice. He's in the jailhouse now. He's in the jailhouse now. Let him stay at home, let those white folks listen alone. He's in the
To stay home, and for a while they did. People were streaming into town like it was a Saturday. Seemed like everybody in the county was coming down for Tom Robinson's trial.
When Jim, Dale, and Scout reached the courthouse square, it was covered with birthday parties. Apparently the trial was supposed to be a gala occasion. There was no room under the public hitching rails. Mules and wagons were parked under every available tree. People were washing down biscuits and syrup with warm milk from fruit jars. Some were gnawing on cold chicken and cold fried pork chops. In the far corner of the square, the Negroes sat quietly in the sun, dining on sardines and crackers. At some invisible signal, they all got up and went to the courthouse. The children wanted Atticus to see them, so they waited. Then there were no seats left. Reverend Seist asked if they cared to sit on the colored side of the balcony. Jim said, gosh, yes, and they did. By the the time the children got to the trial was already started. The prosecutor, Mrs. Glimmer, from Abbottsville, was taking testimony from Heck Tate.
In your own words, Mr. Tate,
Well, I was called.
you say it to the jury, please. Who called you?
I was sent by Bob, Mr. Bob Hill yonder one night,
What night, sir?
the night of November 21st. I was leaving my office and he came in very excited like and said, come quick, some Negro attacked this girl.
Did you go?
Certainly got in the car, went as fast as I could.
And what did you find, sir?
Her lying on the ground, she was pretty well banged up, but I hit her to her feet. She washed her face in the bucket, then she said she was all right.
Go on.
I asked her who did her like this, she said Tom Robinson. I asked her if he beat her up like that, she said yes, he did. Then I asked if he took a bed of her, and she said yes, he did. So I went down to Tom Robinson's house and brought him back. She had to find him if he wanted. Took him in, and that's all there is to it.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions, Atticus?
Yes, just a few. Sheriff, did you ever call a doctor?
No, sir.
Why didn't you call a doctor?
It wasn't necessary, Mr. Finch. She was pretty banged up.
When you say pretty banged up, what do you mean? Just describe her injuries.
Well, she already had bruises coming on her arm, and then she had black eye started.
What eye?
Her left.
Her left facing you or left facing the way you were?
That didn't make it her right. Yes, I remember now, Mr. Finch. It was that side of her face.
Can you repeat what you said?
Her right.
She was banged up on the right side of her face?
Yes, it was that side of her face, Mr. Finch.
That's all.
Robert Ewell? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
So help me God.
Mr. Robert Ewell,
That's my name now.
are you the father of Mayella Ewell?
Well, if I ain't, I can't do nothing about it now. I'm all scared.
Are you the father of Mayella Ewell?
Yes, sir.
Get this straight. There will be no audibly obscene speculations on any subject from anyone in this courtroom. Is that understood? All right. Proceed, Mr. Gilmer.
Please tell us in your own words what happened on the evening of November 21st.
Well, I was coming in from the woods with a little kindling, and just as I got to the fence, I heard Mayella screaming like a stuck hog inside the house.
What time was it, sir?
Just before sundown. Well, as I was saying, Mayella was in there screaming like...
She was screaming, yes?
She was raising this holy racket. So I dropped my load and run as quick as I could up to the window. And then I seen that black nigger yonder attacking my Mayella.
Mr. Jim, take Miss Jean Louise home. You hear me, Mr. Jim?
Scout, go home. You take Dylan, go home.
You can't make me.
I think it's okay, Reverend. I mean, she doesn't understand.
I most certainly do. I can understand anything you can.
This ain't fit for Miss Jean Louise. All you boys eating them.
There has been a request that this courtroom be cleared of spectators, or at least the women and the children. A request that for this time being will be denied. People generally see what they look for, and they hear what they listen for. And they have the right to make whatever decision they see fit for their children. They may feel like there is something to be learned here, or they may not wish to face this problem right now. That decision is up to you. I suggest you make that decision right now. If you feel like there is nothing to be benefited, the door. Well, let's get on. Mr. Ewell, you will keep your testimony within the confines of the Christian English usage, if that is possible. Okay, proceed, Mr. Gilmer.
Where we were.
Mr. Ewell, did you see the defendant attacking your daughter?
Yes, I did.
Thank you, sir. You said you were at the window.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have a clear view of the room?
Yes, ma'am.
What did the room look like?
Oh, slunk about like there was a fight.
And what did you do when you saw the defendant?
I'm running around the house quick as I could to get in, but he ran out the front door just ahead of me. I saw who he was, but I was too distracted by Mayella to run after him. Mayella was in there screaming, just her running the house.
Then what did you do?
I run for heck quick as I could. I knew who he was, all right. Lived down yonder in that nigger nest. Judge, I've been asking this county for 15 years to clean out that nest down yonder. They dangerous to live around. besides the value of my property.
That's all. Thank you, Mr. Ewell.
Mr. Ewell, I have a few questions of my own. Would you?
Sure, go ahead.
Folks were doing a lot of running that night. Let's see. You ran to the house, you ran to the window, you ran to Mr. Tate. Did you, in all that running, run for a doctor?
Wasn't no need to.
Didn't the immediate facial recognition say that Bailey Ewell needed immediate medical attention?
Never caught a doctor in my life. If I had, it would have cost me $5. Is that all the questions?
Not quite. Mr. Ewell, you heard the sheriff's testimony, didn't you?
Yes.
That Biella had a black eye, that she was beating the...
I hold with everything Tate said.
Mr. Ewell, can you read and write?
Objection! I can't see what the witness's literacy has to do with the case. Irrelevant and immaterial.
Judge, if you allow this plus another, you soon see.
All right, Atticus, just make sure we see.
Jim, do you think Atticus knows what he's doing?
Seems like you know.
As far back as I can remember, he said, never, never, never ask a question on cross-examination unless you already know the answer.
So if I get an answer, that'll wreck your case.
Seems to me he's gone frog sticking without a lie.
Mr. Ewell, will you write your name clearly now so the jury can see you?
I most positively will. How do you think I signed my relief checks?
What's so interesting?
He's left-handed.
Think we've got him. That's all.
Her right eye was black, so therefore it had to be somebody left-handed.
What's my left-handed have to do with it? He's trying to take advantage of me. Tricking lawyers like Atticus Finch take advantage of me all the time in their tricking ways. But that don't change what I saw, and I say it again. I seen that nigger!
Hey, that's all, Mr. Ewell.
Bailiff Violet Ewell? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Please tell us in your own words what happened on the evening of November 21st. Where were you?
On the porch.
What were you doing on the porch?
Just answer the question. You can do that, can't you? What are you so afraid of? What was that?
Him. Doing him do me like I did Papa, making my left-handed.
Well, how old are you?
19 and a half.
Oh. Well, Mr. Finch has no idea of hurting you, and if he did, then I'm here to stop him. Now, sit up straight and tell us what happened.
Well, I was on the porch, and you see, he came along, and, well, there was this old ship rope in the yard. Papa brought it in to chop up for kindling. He told me to chop it up while he was off in the woods. But I wasn't feeling strong enough, so he came by and...
Who is he?
That yonder, Robinson.
Go on.
And I said, come here, boy, and bust up the ship road. I got a nickel for you. So he came in the yard, and I went in the house to get him a nickel, and before I knew it, he was at me. He got me around the neck, and he hit me again and again.
Go on.
And he took advantage of me.
You fought Robinson?
Positively did.
But he took advantage of you.
I already said.
That will be all. But stay here. I assume Big Bad Mr. Finch has some questions.
The state will not prejudice the witness against the counsel of the defense.
Miss Mallow, I won't scare you. Not yet, anyway. Let's get acquainted. How old are you?
I said I was 19. So that Judge Yonder.
You'll have to bear with me, Miss Mallow. I can't remember things as well as I used to. I might ask you some things you've already been answered, but you'll answer them, right? Good.
Well, answer as long as you keep mocking me.
Ma'am?
As long as you can call me ma'am, Miss Miller. I don't have to take a test.
That's just Mr. Finch's way. We've worked in this court for many years, and Mr. Finch has always been courteous. Let's go on, Atticus, and let the record show that the witness has not been sassed.
How many brothers and sisters have you?
7.
You the oldest?
Yes.
How long's your mother been dead?
Don't know. Long time.
How long have you been in school?
3 years. 2 years. I don't know.
Miss Mayella, a 19-year-old girl must have friends. Who are your friends?
Friends?
Don't you know anyone near your age? Boys, girls, just ordinary friends?
You making fun of me again, Mr. Finch?
Do you love your father, Miss Mayella?
Love him. What you mean?
Is he good to you? Is he easy to get along with?
He does tolerable, except when...
Except when,
I said he does tolerable.
except when he's drinking? When he's riled up, has he ever beaten you? We've had a good visit, Miss Mayella. And we better get to the case. You said you asked Tom Robinson to bust up, what was it?
Shifro, no dressing.
Was Tom Robinson well known to you?
What do you mean?
Did you know who he was? Where he lived?
I know who he was. Passed by the house every day.
Was this the first time you asked him inside the fence? Was this...
Yes, it was.
Didn't you ever ask him to come inside the fence before?
I did not. I most certainly did not.
You never asked him to come inside to do odd jobs for you.
I'm mad.
Do you remember any other occasions?
No.
All right, to what happened? You said Tom Robinson got you around the neck, is that right?
Yes.
You said he caught me and choked me and took advantage of me, is that right?
That's what I said.
Do you remember him beating you about the face? You're sure enough that he choked you. All this time you were screaming. You were kicked and hollered. And you don't remember beating you about the face? It's an easy question, Miss Mayella, so I'll try again. Do you remember him beating you about the face?
No, don't recollect it. I mean, yes. Yes, he hit me.
Was your last sentence your answer?
Yes, he hit me. I just don't remember to, but it all happened so fast.
Don't cry, young woman.
Let her cry if she wants to, Judge. We have all the time in the world.
Come up here and mock me, will you? I'll answer any questions you got.
I just have a few more. Will you identify the man who attacked you?
I most certainly will. That's right here yonder.
Town, stand up. Let's Miss Mayella have a good look at you. Is this the man, Miss Mayella?
Look at his left arm. Scout, he's crippled.
Calm down, Jimmy. He was a boy. Lots of bleed to death. So are all the mothers.
Is this the man who attacked you?
Yes, it was.
How?
I don't know how. I told you all happened so fast.
Let's consider this calm.
Objection. He's browbeating the witness.
Oh, sit down.
Miss Mayella, you testified the defendant choked and beat you. You didn't say he snuck behind you, knocked you cold. Do you want to reconsider your testimony?
Who is this on that didn't happen?
No, ma'am, I want you to say something that did happen.
I already told you.
He hit you, blacked you out with his right fist on your left eye?
I ducked in a glance.
You're a strong girl. Why didn't you run?
Tried to.
And you were screaming the whole time.
I most certainly was.
Why didn't the other children? Where were they? Wouldn't your screams make them come running? Is that it? Is Tom Robinson not the man? Who beat you up? Tom Robinson or your father?
I got something to say. I got something to say. I ain't gonna say no more. That black man took advantage of me, and these 5 bench gentlemen ain't gonna do nothing about it. Then y'all sleeping cowards. Y'all sleeping cowards, a lot of you. Your fancy ass don't come to nothing. You mammoth, you Mr. Mayella don't come to nothing, Mr. Finch.
That'll be all.
Let's try and wind this up this afternoon. How about it, Atticus?
Yes,
Well, how many witnesses you got?
just one.
Oh, well, call them up.
I call Tom Robinson.
Sorry,
It's okay.
I swear.
Robinson, age 25, married with 3 children, and have been in trouble with the law once before. Authority day, disorderly conduct. What does that consist of?
I got in a fight with another man. He tried to cut me, but it wasn't much. Not enough to hurt.
Were you both convicted?
I had to serve because I couldn't pay the fine. The other fellow paid his and...
Were you acquainted with Mayella Ewell?
Yes, sir. Past her house, going to and from the field every day.
Who's speaking?
I work for Mr. Lincoln D's.
You pass the Ewell place to get to work. Is that the only way you can go?
Yes, sir. That's the only one I know of.
Tom, did she ever speak to you?
Yes, sir. I tip my hat as I go by, and one day she stopped and called me into the fence to bust up an old Schifferow.
When did she ask you to bust up a Schifferow?
Mr. Finch, it was way last spring. After I done busted up, she says, "Well now, I reckon I ought to give you a nickel for your troubles." I says, nah, ma'am, it ain't no charge, and I go home.
Did you ever go on the place again?
Yes, sir.
When?
Lots of times.
Under what circumstances?
She called me in. Seemed like every time I went by, she had a job for me to do. Chopping, kindling, took water for her.
Why did you go in the fence so many times? Were you paid for your services?
No, sir, not at the first time when she offered me a nickel, but I was glad to do it. It seemed like Mr. Ewell didn't help her none, and he was into the children.
Where were the other children?
It was always around all over the place.
Would Miss Mayella talk to you?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever, at any time, go on the Ewell property without an express invitation from one of them?
No, sir, I wouldn't do that, sir.
Tom, what happened to you on the evening of November 21st?
Mr. Finch, that afternoon, that evening, I was going home as usual, and when I passed the Ewell house, Miss Mayella was on the porch like she said she were. It was awful quiet, and I didn't quite know why. She called me in for a minute to do a job for her. I look around, and there ain't no kindling to chop up. She says, "Nah, got something for you to do inside the house. Your door's off its hinges." I asked her if she had a screwdriver. She said she had. I followed her inside the door, and when I looked at it, the door was fine. Those hinges was fine.
Go on.
She shut the door. I noticed while I was so quiet, there wasn't one children on the place. I asked Miss Mayella, "Where are all the children at?"
Tom, what did you say then?
She said, she was kind of laughing, sorta. She says, "They all gone off to the city to get ice cream. Took me a slap year to save up them 7 nickels. It was worth it. They all gone to town." I says, "It was awful kind of her to treat me like that." Now I look back, I think she misunderstood. I mean, it was awful smart of her to save them nickels like that, and awful nice of her to treat them children.
I understand. Go on.
So then I says to her, I ought to get going since there's nothing I can do for her. She says, "There's one thing. There's an old box from atop the old Schifferow."
Not the same one you busted up.
No, sir, another one, about as big as the room it was in. I took me a chair to get on top of it. And I I reached up to get that box over yonder. She grabbed me around the ankles. I jumped so high, Miss Finch, that when I landed, I knocked that chair over. I swear, that chair is the only thing that was disturbed when I left, Mr. Finch. I swear to God.
What happened after that?
She said, I'd never held a real man before. She said, she might as well stop with me. She says, hug me back. I said, let me go. Tried to run out the door, but then she was blocking, Miss Mayle was blocking it. I had to push her to get out the door, and then I see Mr. Yule in the window over yonder. He was yelling.
What did he say?
Something not fitting for this courtroom to hear. Something not fitting for the jury, the women and children in this jury to hear.
Tom, you sworn to tell the whole truth. What did he say?
He said, you damn slut, I'll kill ya.
Tom, did you attack Mayle Yule?
No, sir.
Did you harm her in any way?
No, sir.
Did you resist her advances?
Finch, I tried to resist them without getting ugly. I didn't want to get ugly.
Well, let's go back. Who was Mr. Yule talking to?
He was talking and looking at Miss Mayle.
That's all.
You've got 30 days for disorderly conduct, Robinson.
Well, did you?
Objection. It's a misdemeanor. It's on the record, Judge.
Just let the witness answer though.
Yes, ma'am. I got 30 days.
You're mighty good at busting up ship ropes and kindling with one hand, aren't you, boy?
I suppose so, ma'am.
Strong enough to choke the breath out of a woman?
I wouldn't do that, ma'am.
But you're strong enough.
I reckon so.
You had your eye on her for a long time, didn't you, boy?
No, ma'am. I never looked at her, ma'am.
And it was mighty polite of you to do all that chopping and hauling for nothing, boy.
I just wanted to help out, ma'am.
It was mighty generous of you. Tell me, boy, why were you so eager to do that woman's chores?
It looks like nobody helped her none.
Was Mr. Yule and 7 children on the place, boy?
Like I says, it looks like they didn't help her none.
You did all this chopping and hauling from sheer goodness, boy?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, boy, why?
I kind of felt sorry for her. It looked like she tried harder than the rest.
You felt sorry for her. You felt sorry for her. He felt sorry for her. You tell me, boy, you came by the house as usual last November 21st and she asked you to come in and bust up that chivalry.
No, ma'am.
Do you deny you came by the house?
No, ma'am.
She says she asked you to bust up a chivalry. Is that right?
No, ma'am.
You say she's lying, boy?
No, ma'am. I think she's mistaken in her mind.
Tell me, boy, why did you run?
I'm scared, ma'am.
If you had a clean conscience, boy, why were you scared?
It's not safe for a black man like me to be in a fix like that.
Oh, but you weren't in a fix. You testified you were resisting her advances. Were you scared she was going to hurt you? A big fella like you?
No, I was scared that I'd be in court like I am now.
Scared you'd have to face up to what you did, boy?
No, ma'am. Scared that I had to face up to what I didn't do.
You being impudent to me, boy?
No, ma'am.
Scout, take the wall out of here.
What's wrong with him? Might be a little bit high. I think you should go.
Why me?
Let's go.
Okay.
And jury's only as sound as the people who make it up.
without passion the evidence of before you, and restore this man to his family.
In the name of God, do your duty.
Jim, did he say something else as he was coming back?
I think he said, in the name of God, to leave him.
Look yonder.
It's Calpurnia, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Could I speak to Mr. Finch? He has left me on the trial.
Of course.
What is it, Count? Judge, my children have been missing since afternoon and have not come home.
They're Atticus, Yana.
Jim, Scout, meet me outside.
Is he mad?
We'll find out.
Hey, Atticus.
We've won, haven't we, Atticus?
You've been here for the whole trial. Have you done your reading for Mrs. Dubose?
Well, not today, sir, but could we just stay here?
Tell you what, you do your reading for Miss Dubose, eat your supper, and maybe Cal can bring you back to hear the verdict.
Sir!
They've heard it until now.
Well, what if they come back before?
They might. They might be out quick in a minute. Thank you, Cal.
I should see every one of you alive. The very idea of your children listening on that. You, Mr. G, you ought to be perfectly ashamed of yourselves. You ought to know better than take your little sister to that trial. As for you, Mr. D, you better watch out. Your aunt doesn't ship you back to her the first thing tomorrow morning.
Calpurnia didn't stop expressing her outrage all the way home. When Jim ran over to read to Mrs. DeVos, Cal worked over at Scout and Dylan. Several hours went by, and after they ate supper, Cal was still furious, taking them back to the trial, wondering on earth they'd find.
Kids sometimes head those shows, Mr. G. You should got no sense at all.
Don't you want to hear what happened?
Hush your mouth, son. If Mr. Finch don't wear you out, I
Look, jury's still out.
Nobody's moved hardly.
They moved around some when the jury went out.
How long have they been out?
About an hour, Mr. Finch and Mr. Gilbert did some more talking in Judge Taylor's house the jury.
How was?
I'm not complaining one bit. He was very fair-minded. I thought he was leaning a little too outside. Then Mr. Yu was so mad he stepped right out of the room.
Judge isn't supposed to lean either way. Besides, we don't need it. I don't see how any jury.
Don't be so confident, Mr. Jim. I have never seen any jury decide in favor of a black man over a white man.
This jury is different. They'll make the right decision. It's all whispering.
Must be something. That Bob Mule looks mighty pleased about something. I wonder where his Atticus.
Found out about the whispering. Atticus had been standing at the window at the end of the corridor outside. And Bob Mule walked up to him, cursed him, told him he'd kill him if it took him the rest of his life. And when Atticus just stood there looking at him, Bob Mule spat in his face. According to what we heard, Atticus didn't even bat an eye. Just took out a handkerchief and wiped his face.
How can he let Yule get away with a thing like that?
I don't know.
But he's a dead shot. That's not his way. I'm gonna ask him about this. Jim, been in a long time.
Sure has been, Scout.
Jim thought it a favorable indication. Meanwhile, nobody got up and nobody left. Then suddenly it was happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, forming up on the order.
Tom,
Helen, you come.
Reverend.
Scout, look at the jury.
What about? They're not looking at the
jury finds the defendant guilty. Court is adjourned.
How could they find him guilty?
What are we gonna do? Oh, Mr. Finn, he's not gonna.
They can spit in his face and kind Tom Roberts' guilty bill. Atticus.
Miss Jean Louise, stand up. Miss Jean Louise, stand up. Your father is passing.
What is this that I can't see with eyes and take hold on me? I am death and I can't excel all over the door to heaven or hell. Oh, death, can't you spare me over till another year? Oh, death, please swear me over till another year. Oh, dear, someone was great, could you
How many
call?
minutes? I'm not scared. Besides, he must not be home.
How can you tell?
Well, if he was, there would be a bird singing in the registry.
Turn your flashlight back on.
There's something wrong with it. Take my hand, Scout.
How can you tell where we're at?
I can tell we're near the Radley house right now because we're passing through a cool spot. I'm careful.
The moon had been in and out of the heavy rain clouds, but as they started home, it was pitch black, and there was a stillness that sometimes comes before a thunderstorm. Jem thought he heard something, and they stopped to listen. Then, they walked a few more steps forward and stopped again. Scout thought he was just trying to scare her, but that wasn't it. He pulled her arm along really quickly and stopped. Scout thought she heard steps falling too.
Are you scared, Jim?
I think we're close to home now, Scout.
You reckon we ought to sing, Jim?
No, be real quiet, Scout. Scout, you hear that?
Just a thunderstorm passing.
No, that's not it. Listen.
I hear it. Jim?
Scout, he's coming this way. Run! Run, Scout! Run!
Show him! He's got me!
Scout, where are you? Scout, get out!
Jim, I can't see! Somebody help!
Someone call? Oh my God. Jim! Cal, call Dr. Raymond. Tell him it's urgent. Scout, where's Scout?
I'm here. I'm right here. I'm all right. But he did something awful to Jim. Atticus, is Jim dead?
No, he's just unconscious. His arm's broken.
Scout, all right?
Yes?
I'm phoning Dr. Reynolds.
Jim's not dead, is he, Jim?
No, he just passed off when he passed. Who would do that? Who would just hurt these children?
Call Hank Tate. Someone's been after my children.
After 10 forevers, Dr. Reynolds was finished with Jim. He said it looked like someone had reached Jim arm off. He added his assurance that Jim wasn't dead, but only under sedation. Meanwhile, Hank Tate had been investigating, and when he came back to the porch, it was something odd about him.
Atticus! Come on up, Hank. What is it?
Let's stay outside.
What is it, Hank?
Bob Ewell lay on the ground over there yonder with a kitchen knife up under his ribs. He's dead, Mr. Finch.
Dead? Are you sure?
Good and dead. He won't hurt these children again.
I thought he got it out of me the day he spat at me. But I thought I'd be the one he'd go after.
Now you know better.
Now, Jim's a minor, so he'll go before county court.
What will, Mr. Finch?
Of course, it's clear self-defense. They were struggling in the dark. He got a hold of Bob Ewell's knife.
Mr. Finch, do you think that Jim killed Bob Ewell?
Then who? Who would kill him?
Well, obviously it was Bob Ewell. He fell on his knife and killed himself.
Heck, I know you're doing that from the kindness of your heart, and I appreciate that. But I don't have my children grow up one way in town and another way in my home.
Mr. Finch, I really have to fight you when you're like this. You've been under a strain that no man should ever have to go through. Maybe that's why you can't put 2 and 2 together.
What? Then who?
Mr. Finch, Bob Ewell fell on his knife, and he killed himself.
No, someone came out. Someone came to help.
Who was it?
Well, there he is, Mr. Tate. I'll tell you his name. Hey. Boo?
Arthur's his right. Who is just his nickname? Jean Louise, this is Arthur Radley. Maybe you can take him inside and get him cleaned up at the gym.
Care to come in, Mr. Boo?
But if it was, you would have to.
Now get that thought in your head, Mr. Finch. I already told you what happened.
It's not fair.
Mr. Finch, I ain't never heard tell a citizen for him to do his utmost to prevent a crime from being committed. Now, you might say it's my responsibility to tell the whole entire town about it and not hush up, but what would happen then? All the ladies in Macomb County, including my wife, will be knocking on Boo Radley's door, bringing him angel food cakes. And to my way of thinking, with his shy ways of bringing him to the limelight, now that's a sin, Mr. Finch. I might not be much, but I'm still sheriff of Macomb County. And Bob Ewell fell on his knife. Good night, sir.
Scout?
Yes, Atticus.
Bob Ewell fell on his knives. Possibly understand?
Sir, it seems to me what Tate said.
Jean Louise.
Yes, Mr. Boo?
Will you like to take me home? Arthur. Thank you for my children, Arthur.
I remember. The moon had came.
The storm had passed.
And I was being escorted by Arthur Radley. He went inside and I never saw him again. But standing on Boo's porch, when I turned around, I saw something else.
A young boy and girl shouting. George and their father coming home.
The boy chasing after Mrs. DeBose Camellias.
Children both decided for surprises found in the hole.
And a stormy night.
And those children need him.
I was already beginning to stand in other people's shoes. What you wanted, Atticus. But did you know I was starting to understand? Atticus, what Tate said about dragging Boo into the limelight, he was right.
What do you mean?
I mean, it'd sort of be like shooting a mockingbird, wouldn't it?
Yes. Yes, it would. Let's go be with Jim.
You did know. All those ideas we had about Arthur Radley, but Atticus, he's real nice.
Most people are, Scout. You finally meet them.